Hi y'all, Sandy here. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a full-size scarecrow for outside decor. And I'm also doing a collab with Melanie Thompson. So if you like country and primitive decorating, you'll for sure enjoy Melanie's channel. So go on over and check her channel out and tell her Sandy sent you. And for those that are coming from Melanie's channel, welcome. I enjoy doing country and primitive crafts and sharing my ideas and hoping that y'all can turn them into your own creations. So let's get started with my scarecrow now. Okay, I'm here in the garage real fast because it is hot out here and I had to turn the fan off so I could show you what I was doing. But this is a pattern I bought off Etsy and I had to resize it. So what I done is I printed it out, I scanned it, and I brought it into my Silhouette software studio and made it larger. There you can see the size it was, and I needed a larger one. And cut me a piece of board. It didn't quite go across, but that is just fine because I won't need this down in here. And then I'll take the brim and the nose, which I resized with that, and I'll cut it out on this 1/4 inch board here. So now I'm going to draw this off on my board and take it over to my scroll saw along with the brim and the nose and cut it out. I'm ready to start painting, so I want a face color. This was and I want it kind of a peachy color, but this was way too peachy, and this is too dark for me. So I'm going to mix a little bit of both of them and a little bit of peach. I had to put water in this because it was kind of dried up. This was a creamy peach by Apple Barrel, and this is a Delta Ceramic Coat acrylic. It's flesh, but it was just a little too fleshy for me. Does that make sense? No. Okay, a little more peach. I got too much water in this. Let's see how that does. More. Whoa. Got a lot. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, that's better. Little peachy. Not like that. And not like this. So I like that color. And I'll put it in a little container from the Dollar Tree and save the color or the paint if there's any left. If there's enough to mess with. Okay. So, I'm just going to start painting. And I don't have to bring that up all the way because the hat's going to be down about right there, I'll bet. And I got to looking at this. This is a scarecrow. But where's that nose? Here's the nose. Watch this. Put that there. This way is a scarecrow. You turn it that way and it could look like a snowman. So this pattern could even be used for a snowman, I think. A 2 for 1. It's going to need 2 coats. Okay, go right there. I think that'll get it. Yep. Okay, I'm going to continue painting the face because it's going to need 2 coats for sure. Paint the sides. And then I think for the the hat part, the brim and the hat, I'm going to use this nutmeg brown. Well, I forgot to video this, the face. All I did was lay this down on here and traced it with some carbon paper. And I used a paint pen for the two eyes and a Sharpie, a thin line Sharpie for that and that. That's all I did. I'm not going overboard on it. And now I'm using a stencil brush, and I'm using Folk Art Coral, Fire Coral. But when you buy the pattern, if you use Americana, she has all the colors on there. I just done mine different. Now I'm going to put the cheeks on. And I dipped that in my paint and rubbed a lot of it off on the paper. Make it kind of a dry brush for the cheeks. Okay, that looks good enough. One cheek's higher than the other. That's okay. He's a Scarecrow. Now, is that dry? Those are dry. I need to get some white paint. That'll work. Okay. Just gonna make the dot in the eye towards the top. Now, he looks kind of funny because he doesn't have his nose on. Or the brim of his hat. Where's his brim? Well, maybe it's under here. Yep. Well, now that I had the face painted, this pattern did come with this little crow, like right there, which is really cute. And it was actually went with the gnome on the pattern. You can either do a gnome scarecrow or a plain scarecrow. Anyways, this was on there. It's cute, but I decided I wanted a little different one, so I had this on a different pattern, and I just printed it out and took it out to my scroll saw and cut it out. And I'm going to put it right in there when I start embellishing, but I'm going to have to finish this, and then after I get done with that, I'll do a little more detailing like on the hat and maybe just fix it up a little bit, and then I'll start putting it together and putting some raffia on it and different things. But I got to get this painted, so I'm just going to paint this black, and it'll have a goldish yellow for the beak and a little eye. And that's what I'm going to do for this, but y'all know how to paint, smear some paint on, so I'm not going to have you sit here and watch that. I'm going to paint this and then start thinking about what I'm going to do with the rest of it so it won't be quite so plain. I have him painted black, and I used this and dipped it in there for the eye. Now I'm going to go on the thin side or the pointed side, and I'm going to put just a speck of black in the eye, just a little one, like that, just tiny. I don't even know if you can see that. Okay, then I'm just going to do it the way she done hers because it looks simple. Okay, I have a real thin pointed brush here. I'm going to kind of twirl it. And she kind of just went like that on the belly. Okay. I'm going to go around the belly just a little more. And I knew if I tried to start all over, I'd do that. Oh, there's a little hole in my wood right there. I'm going to leave it. Then okay, where's my little plastic piece that goes on my brush? I like to keep that on this thin one. Well, I'll look for it off camera. Okay, then she just took, I wonder, I think I'll use this. This is the pointed side, and this is that flat side. I just put a dot there, not a little much. I think it, oh, you know, and then after this all dries, I think I'm going to go around it with my little finger sander and kind of just stress it. I think that looks fine. Now, I'm going to set that aside, let all that dry, and then I'm going to distress that. Now I've got to work on my Scarecrow. Okay, after getting started with the nose, I decided I didn't like the color because it matched, it was the same color that's on the shirt. And I wanted it a little different, so I put a little bit of the Dixie Belle Rusty Nail and the terracotta, just a little bit together. And I like that color. Yeah, I like that color. It's not the same as the shirt. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll start just putting some little lines or something on the nose. Okay, I started to use a brush on that, and I stopped, and I'm just going to use a paper towel. I'm going to go around the edges. Okay. Just kind of blend it in. I got so much stuff here. I need to move some. Okay, that's good. Okay, go around this part of it. Get in frame. And I'm sure the lady that made this pattern probably paints all hers and floats. I used to do that, but I'm not good at that anymore. Used to doing the wax. Okay, that works. A little more right in there. I decided I needed to go around the nose lightly. Okay, that's good. Now, well, it's kind of wanting to go out on me too. Okay, now the face. It doesn't really need anything else other than its nose to be finished, because I've got to get some raffia and start putting some hair on. And I believe this is dry, and I can probably distress that, and that will go up there. And then I can glue everything down, and it'll be ready to start putting on my stick form. Okay, I'm fixing to start embellishing, and I had one of these little flowers that I made, the cloth flowers, and it had tea-dyed cloth in the middle, and I didn't like the color of it, so then I striped it, if you can see that, and that didn't look good, so I took some of the same color that I already had out here that I used on that beak, and I painted it, and it's a little better, but I think I'm going to put some black dots on it now. Okay, this one is not very straight on the end. That's okay. Maybe I'm going to have to get another stick, I think. That is just kind of crooked and it's not all coming off. Let's see, maybe if I press harder, then it goes too big. I'm going to press harder. Okay, that's good. Okay, I've got my glue gun heating. I'm going to set that aside. And I did distress the crow. I'm going to set that aside for right now. And I'm going to start working on getting some hair on him. But I'm going to first get this out and get it straightened and put it in little groups, so I'm not sitting here pulling and stringing on camera. Okay, I have 2 batches here ready for this. Let's see, I'm going to make sure. Yeah. Push it kind of. Oh, I should have got my. Yep, I better get it. I don't want to burn my finger. Let's see, is that sticking up far enough? Yeah. It needs some right in there. Is that one coming loose? That one's coming loose. Okay, here's another batch. Okay, these come down a little bit like that. Well, need more glue already. I should have got my big glue gun out. Full size. Ouch. This needs to come out some. Let me see. No, it's fine. Anyways, I'm going to do that on this side, and then I'm going to put some bangs. And it takes me too long to pull all this out and cut it. And I'll come back when I pretty much have the hair on it and show you how it's looking. Well, I got the raffia on. Me and raffia and a glue gun. Whatever. I don't like it. Okay, I'm going to start putting it together. So I'm going to use some of this super glue here, this Fix-All that I get at Dollar Tree, and my glue gun. So I'll put this on first. And load it pretty good. I want it to stay. Now I use my glue gun. So it'll fix on fast. Okay, I want it down about right there. I'm going to hold it for just a little bit. Let the hot glue take a hold. Okay, now I'm going to glue his nose down. I'll do the same thing with that. Get it where I want it. Because once it's down, it is down. Yeah, that looks good. Now, I'm going to put this little bird right up here, this little crow, and I'm going to put some of this down first. I need another glue stick. Ouch. Okay, pretty sure that'll hold. What did I drop? Now I'll put my bird down, same way with the glue. I'll put a little bit of this on there and some hot glue. Need some trimming here. Okay, I have it on the floor, and it sure looks silly. Yep. But what I did is I have a board right here. Okay, hang on. I'm going to unbutton the shirt. Okay, I'm trying to show you what I've done. I took this board here and I buttoned the shirt up, and I took the board from the inseam of the shoulder to this inseam of the shoulder. And I did, if you'll remember, the neck came out like this. I did kind of cut down in here and bring it straight down to V that off a little more. And then I'll put that on that board. And then the jeans, I cut another board here, and it's kind of hard to show. I'll staple the jeans to that, and then I'm gonna have one long board, I think, going up from the head to the waist on that, and then I'll probably leave a space right here where I can tuck the board down behind here and staple it in the front. And there's already almost a hole in these jeans. And I'll put another hole, and I'll have the board coming down from between the legs. And then probably hang some raffia out the arms, and maybe run some kind of a raffia belt maybe around the waist. Of course, this neck will be done up here. Bring it down some. It's just a work in progress, and I'll just have to figure it out as I go. What's the matter, Kit Kat? Is there something laying on the floor you're not sure about? That might get me. I think I'll go somewhere else. Okay, I wanted to show you what I've done so far. This is the stick that I plan on cutting down to stand him up with. Anyways, I've cut a hole here, and I've went along and stapled right in here, and then on the back, turn it over, I made sure I pulled this up enough the stick could come up through it. And now I'll just go ahead and staple the rest of this on. And that way, I'm hitting that, I dropped his pants. That way it'll be up. Anyways, okay guys, I'm gonna go a little further. Okay, I'm trying to hold this up there and show you at the same time. But there, you can see I've cut a hole where it comes out there and fed it up through the back. And I'm stapling them on. All right, I've revised my pattern again a little bit. I did cut off this much that was on the neck, because I would have had to put the part that's for the shoulders up on that, and I didn't want to do that, so I cut some of the neck off so I can just butt that up against there. That'll be for the shoulders. And if you want to do this and just do the face, you know, the top and the face and the hat, and put it on the board, that'd work just fine. But I wanted to make sure I showed you what I was doing, because I don't want to put it together and y'all not know what I've done. That wouldn't be right. So any revisions that I've made to this, I wanted to show you. All right, guys, I'm gonna continue on, and if I change anything else, I'll let you know. Well, now that it's somewhat cool out here, I'm going to take some wood glue and my brad nailer, and put the head on. And then from there, I'll hold it up and see how far down I want the jeans. And after I attach the jeans, I'll put the shirt on and maybe make a belt for the shirt to go around the waist, and it'll be finished. Now, if I have it too tall, I can always cut the end off down here if it's too tall. So that's what I'm working on right now, is getting it all attached to this one long board. All right, I have him put together, and I'm gonna leave him sitting for just a little while to dry. Then I'll take him in, button up his shirt, put a belt on him, probably stain that center piece of wood and paint that right in there, and put probably some raffia coming out the arms, the armholes, and I'm not sure I'll put any down there, but that's what it's looking like so far. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and there's how my scarecrow turned out. As you can see, it's taller than I am. And guys, go on over and check out Melanie's channel. I sure enjoy her, and I know you will too. So until the next one, we'll see you later.